Well, hello, everybody. It's me. I know you all don't get a chance to see me as much as you used to just because I've just been so busy working. But I wanted to just take a few minutes to come to speak to you all live for just a few minutes about today's county commission meeting. I wanted to take a few minutes to just give you all some perspective on what's going on. We have actually two meetings today. One is going to start in less than 15 minutes, which is why I have to be really brief with you all today. And that very first meeting today is a closed door session. And what I want to share with you all is what I can't share with you all is when the county board of commissioners or any government body goes in and gets information, guidance, legal opinions, or whatever from their lawyer, in our case, our corporate counsel, then that information is not disclosed to the public. It can never be shared with anyone outside of the people that are in that room, or no, it can never be discussed of what you saw or what you heard or what you've seen or experienced in that room. It's what's called privileged, attorney-client privilege. And so that's why today at 4 p.m., you'll see our Board of Commissioners go in and begin our regular meeting, and then there will be a vote to take place to go into closed session. So I just want to kind of give you all just a little bit of background on that and that process. I also wanted to let you know that I do not intend on going into the closed session today. The closed session, as you all will see on our agenda, is really the board having a conversation about what our options are in terms of a public hearing that is going to happen today at our 5 p.m. meeting today. And that public hearing is literally MLive MLive Media Group has requested some information, freedom of information from Kalamazoo County Government regarding some correspondence, emails, letters, I believe maybe some audio files and all of that good stuff regarding some situations that were happening amongst commissioners, staff, administration, all kind of stuff. And so I'm not going to participate for a couple of reasons. So I'd rather you all hear from me up front before you assume anything behind closed doors. One is that Kalamazoo County Government, especially this particular Board of Commissioners, has had some challenges with maintaining confidentiality, maintaining attorney-client privilege documents, which means that it's been shared openly, publicly, disseminated throughout the community when legally it was not supposed to. A prime example of that was not too long ago, one of my colleagues, Commissioner Gentleman, he actually took an attorney-client privilege document and sent it to the news media, which then spurred a big news media outbreak against myself, an organization that I work with. And he also took that, printed it, and sent it out. Now you say, well, Stephanie, how do you know it was him? Well, he left his name on it. He forgot to, when he printed out the email, he forgot to take the part off that the email came to him. And so that's how we know that he did it. And so he transferred that information inappropriately to MLive, matter of fact, and to other people in the community. That being said, that caused a lot of harm, not just to me as an individual and a county official, but to an organization that I hold near and dear to my heart. And this organization is just beginning to rebound from some of these nasty things that has happened from elected officials, particularly those that serve in the same political party as I do, that when the politics get really nasty, it gets really dirty, and people think that they're harming, one person. But the truth is the trickle effect is real. It boils down and it becomes a really mess, and it should be harmful. I agree with you, James. That individual not only should have been sued, but definitely he should have been held accountable for doing such an illegal and unethical act. Unfortunately, the reason why commissioners especially now are not being held accountable for their actions because they all belong to the same political party, they're all friends, they all do all this stuff together, so it's excusable. It's like we can't hold our friends accountable even when they do wrong things because that's just not what we do. So that's not what I came on here to tell y'all about, James. You don't got me all off topic. But in light of that, because of inappropriate things that happen, things that have came back to hurt me and organizations that I love and organizations who are serving primarily the people in the community that are most vulnerable, that are most at risk, who I absolutely love and adore. I don't feel comfortable going into this session with my colleagues for the simple fact that any one of them, anybody, staff, administration, or even one of the elected officials could leak anything out of that meeting. They could talk about what they heard, what they saw, or whatever. And in the midst of that, the community would draw the conclusion that it was me, that I did it, that I said it, because this meeting is really centered around one county commissioner, Ms. Rogers, who is now the scrutiny of the public because of all of these communications that are happening within the county. And because I believe that, number one, y'all, this is not my fight. This is people on the inside, the privileged few, the majority, that this is them in fighting, in telling, in disagreeing, and all of that. This has nothing to do with me or the work that I took a pledge and an oath of office to do at Kalamazoo County Government. It's very unfortunate because the problems that are existing, definitely, I think that the public has a right to know. The issues that are impacting the employees, the community, the overall work of county government is being impacted by these behaviors and the things that are happening. However, it's only between a small group of people, a very select few of internal folks, elected officials, and versus that one other person. And so I believe it's not my fight. It's none of my business. And it's not the work that the people who voted for me to serve on the county board elected me to do. That being said, no, I'm not going in that closed door session. I'm not going to put myself in even more of a vulnerable position for people to do illegal, unethical things, to take that information, disseminate it, share it, talk to it, screenshot it, text it, whisper it, have pillow talk with it, whatever it is they do and how they get their information out. I have learned that when things like that happen, that the majority of the people blame me, or they look at me and they say, somehow this is Stephanie. This isn't my issue, not my fight. This is nothing that I have signed up for, so I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not going in there. So that was my reason for not going into the closed door session today at our 4:00 meeting. I also want to briefly give you my position on this whole MLive hearing that's coming up. One, I think as elected officials, we are public figures, and any and everything that we do is public. I believe in transparency and accountability, and I believe that that's absolutely what we should be doing every single day when conducting county business, handling and making decisions on county businesses. The only time I think that that information should not be public, as what I said to you early, is when it is attorney-client privilege. There are just some things legally that we just can't share to protect the interests, to protect the liability, and the overall viability of county government. I think that a lot of this stuff that's going to be discussed today is not county business. I think it's a lot of drama, a lot of fodder. I think it's a lot of personality conflicts with everybody mad at everybody, and he said, she said, you said, I think that is mess. And the unfortunate part about the mess that I want you all to realize is that the things that were said, that were done, it wasn't done decent and in order. the whole body was not able to work on this, to talk on this, to troubleshoot through this, to de-escalate this, to bring some real professional decorum, put some policies, procedures, and parameters, some boundaries in place so this type of thing does not happen. So the meeting, I don't know if it's going to be on Facebook Live. It is on Zoom, and I posted in the description here the link to the actual 5 p.m. Public County Commission meeting that you all can get on today. I don't believe that the county does their meetings on Facebook Live. They haven't caught up with technology like the city and other local municipalities. Now, that being said, that one of the reasons why I will not participate in this is because of a couple of things. One, I believe that all of this drama that's going on has cost the taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. We had a consultant that came in a year ago, and part of that consultant's finding was that the communication and the work is so poor that it is actually draining county resources to the tune of over $6 million a year because of ineffective communication, bad relationships, poor management and leadership, and all that good stuff. And what you all are going to see today is a continuation of that all of this stuff that's happening in the county is a mess. And it's costing you all your tax dollars, your hard-earned dollars that you are paying into our governmental system. The other reason why I won't participate in this is because it's cost us our lives. We all know that this pandemic broke out in March of this year. We all went from learning about a disease that was deadly to then sheltering in place, to then trying to figure out how do we reduce it or counteract it with washing our hands, wearing face masks, social distancing, to then being able to figure out how do we go to work, first responders, essential workers, and all of that good stuff. And while we are still in the midst of this pandemic, while we were in the very initial stages of this pandemic, all of this drama was going on at Kalamazoo County Government with one elected official, one county commission, just doing all kind of stuff, all kind of irresponsible, unethical, somewhat illegal stuff, that it has made it more than a challenge for government officials to do their work. And that work, Kalamazoo, is getting information to us in a timely manner about this pandemic, getting information to us on how to address this pandemic, getting information to us on how to get testing, medical assistance, what this is. All of this stuff that's happening has not only cost us money, it has cost us our lives. We've had Kalamazoo residents that have died, senior citizens, young people. One of the first more public young people that died was Bassie Offian, a student at Western Michigan University, getting ready to graduate. Got sick, couldn't get tested, couldn't get medical help, drove to Detroit, went to a hospital, and the young man, brilliant, as beautiful as he was, died. And while we are dying, they playing games, they causing drama, they got all kind of stuff going on. I'm not being a part of that. I'm not getting involved in that. That's not the Kalamazoo County government that I need to represent and be an advocate for. So I'm choosing not to participate. I hope that it will save y'all some money. I hope that the outcome of this will get the county back on track so we can help save lives, preserve life of all people, especially Black residents who are dying at a much higher rate, who are being infected with COVID-19 at a much higher rate, who have the worst outcomes than anybody else, any of our counterparts. I'm concerned about every county resident, every person's health, every person's ability to access healthcare services. That's the type of work I want to do at the county. I don't want to get in the fight in the middle of a bitter battle of people going back and forth, up and down, over mismanagement, poor communication, excessive communication, abuse of power, and all that stuff. Y'all, it's a mess. It's a mess, but it's about leadership. And if this is what the leadership is doing, then we're going to continue to get the outcomes that we have. We're going to always see disparate treatment. We're always going to look at not having access to the resources, the information, to be empowered, to actually have a better quality of life for every resident in Kalamazoo County. So I hope you all tune in, stay in, check out Kalamazoo County Government, watch this thing at 5 p.m. and just see that we're going to be talking about the majority of the conversation about drama, lies, mismanagement, all this other stuff, and only a little bit of information about county government, of how your tax dollars can be best used to make sure that there's stability, viability, sustainability, economic growth, housing security, job advancement. We're not going to have a huge conversation about that. We're going to be talking about mess. So I hope we come together, stay together, clean it up together, and move forward together. But I want you all to be very clear of where I stand and my role and activity in all this. Once they go into closed session, I'll come back live and just give you all a little bit more information. It's 4 o'clock now, so I got to tune off here and tune in there so I can be present for our vote. And again, I'll reconnect with you all soon. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying tuned. And I hope that you all show up today at 5 o'clock for the Kalamazoo County Board of Commissioners meeting, participate in public comment, and weigh in on what's happening with your local government. Thank you all. Love you. Stay blessed, safe, healthy. Bye-bye.